But when I walked over to the window ready to close the curtains, I froze. Thick clouds had rolled in, but they weren't in front of the moon. They were behind it. "Rich!" I shouted. "Rich, look!" I pointed at the sky, shaking. He stared up at it, confused. Then his face dropped with realization. He reached up and pulled the curtains closed with a metallic shieling. We went back downstairs and turned on the local news. But there was nothing about it. Nothing about the fake moon floating in the sky. "It can't be that high up," I whispered, "if it's in front of the clouds. It's probably one of those spy balloons, like you said." I texted a few of our friends in town. Only one texted back. He'd noticed the moon looked bright, but hadn't thought through it more than that. Now he was freaking out just like we were, as he noticed the clouds behind the moon, just like we did. As Rich and I sat together, talking about what this could possibly be, something caught my eye. Movement. Through the translucent curtains in the living room, I ran to the window, parted them slightly. I gasped as I watched the moon ripple. That was the only way I could describe it, like the image was some huge piece of cloth, balloon or otherwise, hit with a gust of wind. The craters rippled and shivered, and then the moon went out. As my eyes adjusted to the darkness, I could barely make out a black, circular silhouette floating up in the sky where the moon had been. It floated upwards and disappeared. This was about a week ago. Since nothing else happened, and the balloon or whatever it was didn't reappear, I thought that was the end of it. Whatever it was, it had completed its journey and moved on to other things. But I was wrong, because this morning I received a text message from an unverified number. It was a photo. An aerial view of our house taken from maybe 1,000 feet up. Detailed enough that I could make out the half-built garden in our backyard, the chairs on our deck. After talking to our friends, we learned they'd received similar images of their own houses in startling detail. But we all got the same message. 2 words below the image. "We're watching."